Lies on the 5th Congressional District.
Congresswoman Jahana Hayes is seeking her 4th term in a rematch against Republican candidate George Logan. This is a hotly contested race that could help Democrats take back control of the House.
And we have team coverage for you right now at 5. Channel 3's Matt McFarland is covering George Logan. But we do want to start with Chief Political Reporter Susan Raff. She's live in Waterbury at Crosby High School, where people, of course, are voting right now. Susan?
Mark, the one thing we are not seeing here is any trouble with ballots or the tabulators. In fact, the registrar and the town clerk tell us that things are going well. However, what we are seeing is a long line of voters waiting to get in and cast their ballots before the polls close tonight. It's interesting, though, with early voting, we saw more than 700,000 people deciding to vote early. However, there are still a lot of people who like to vote in person, and that's what we're seeing certainly here in Waterbury. As for Congresswoman Jahana Hayes, she's optimistic. She feels that supporting small family farms and feeding children will help win her another term. However, 2 years ago, she came very close, within 2,000 votes of beating George Logan. Do you think that Jahana Hayes is going to win the 5th district?
I pray that she does, and I believe that she can.
Why do you think she should?
Because she's actually done a lot for the community, and she's actually stood up for what she said she was going to do.
Now, as for the 5th district, it has been trending blue. In fact, over the years, more and more, some consider this district purple. We have not seen a Republican congressman in this district since 2006, when Chris Murphy beat Nancy Johnson. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, you'll hear more from voters on what they think of this rematch. But as for George Logan, he has been in Middlebury today, and that's where Matt McFarland has been covering him. So we want to throw it to Matt. Matt, what are you learning, and what are voters there saying?
Well, voters are paying attention to a number of issues. As you said, George Logan hoping to flip this seat. You can see Democrats and Republicans out here trying to make any sort of last-second push for those undecided voters. They've got the campaign literature, the signs for Jahana Hayes and George Logan. As for George Logan, well, he actually took advantage of early voting to previously cast his vote. So today it was all about greeting voters and volunteers. We caught up with Logan here at Middlebury at the town's community center. He started his day in Danbury this morning, making his way through the district. He's in Waterbury now, the biggest city in the 5th district, before ending his night in New Britain with Mayor Aaron Stewart as the polls close. And breaking with tradition, Logan is not hosting a typical election night watch party for his supporters and volunteers as the results come in. His campaign thinks the race might not even be called tonight. Rather, he told Eyewitness News yesterday he'll wait for a victory to celebrate. As for now, though, he tells us his campaign is focused on getting people out to the polls.
This day's not over yet. There's still folks out there that need to vote. I want them to get out there and vote. And look, if you voted already, tell your family, tell your friends. Look, the last election I lost by less than 1 percentage point. Every vote counts, and we've been working really hard to get to as many folks as possible.
Witness News at 6, you're going to hear from voters on what some of the big issues are for them, especially right here in the 5th Congressional District. We're live at the mobile newsroom in Middlebury. Matt McFarland, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
All right, of course, much more coming up from you tonight, Matt. Thank you. Now,